about chakras?
Yes.
Who heard about chakras? You know, the first time I heard it, I thought it was for hippies. And I thought, what the heck are chakras? And why should we care about our chakras? And then I started studying more about it. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is actually science. The 7 basic chakras. Actually, I went to Tony Robbins event last year, and I met one of his best friends, and he's always on stage, Master Stephen Co. And I'm now going to school. I trained last year for pranic healing, and I learned 11. So all of you are high performers here. So that's what I'm gonna teach you the 7 basic. There's actually 11, and there's more. There's a lot of other minor chakras. So what are chakras? So chakra is a Sanskrit word that means wheel. It literally means wheel. So it's the energy centers of our 7 neuroendocrine glands. So chakra, come on in, actually controls each of our organs. So for example, there's 11 here, but I'm going to talk about the 7 main ones. First is the crown chakra. The crown chakra controls our brain and the pineal gland. The pineal gland is that gland inside our brain, right smack in the center of our brain, that looks like an acorn, like a miniature acorn, that is responsible for our vision. And the second chakra is the forehead chakra. There's actually 2 there, the forehead chakra and the agna, or the ajna chakra, which controls the nervous system, pineal gland, and the pituitary gland. And each chakra, it generates this energy. It actually, you can't see it, but it's there, right? Just like your cell phone. Your cell phone has electromagnetic field. You can't see it, but it's there. Same with internet waves, TV waves, radio waves. It's all here in this empty space that we think it's empty. It's not empty at all. It's very rich. It's very rich with energy. And so are you. You have this aura that you can't see, but it's there. You also have an electromagnetic field. And later on, I'm going to talk about how you are a technology. Your brain's a technology, your heart's a technology, your gut is a technology. And it's like your cell phone. You know, your cell phone, we have apps and you tap it. And that's also how we communicate to our organs by tapping. Next is we have the throat chakra. The throat chakra controls our thyroid and parathyroid glands, and which is also part of the lymphatic system. The throat chakra is also the seat of creativity. It's the seat of your communication to the world, your self-expression, how you express yourself out there. And it's also a gift of creativity. The throat chakra, this is how you create businesses. You create the life that you want. You create music if you're a musician. You create a dance if you're a dance choreography. So that's your throat chakra. That's how you create your life in the world. And the crown chakra, of course, that's your brain. That's a gift of divine connection. Your forehead chakra is a gift of vision with images. Your intuition with vision. You have to be able to envision the life that you want. How does your life look like a year from now? How does your life look like 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And also, it's very important for CEOs of companies to have a really clear and unblocked forehead chakra, so they know how to drive their company, how to lead their company, how does their company look like 5 years from now and 10 years from now. That's how they strategize through, the third eye. You've heard of the third eye? It's literally the third eye. You can close your eyes and envision, but you also have to be clear on what you want. So you have to decide, what do you want for your life? What do you want for your family? How does your family life look like? A year from now, your relationships and your career. So you have to have that clarity of vision. And that's why meditation is important, so that you can go back in and really go back to your true nature, so that you can have that clarity of vision for what you want. Because literally we can manifest anything we want in the world. We just have to kind of unblock this. Sometimes it gets a little blurry there. So, and the next chakra is the heart chakra. There's front and back. But the heart chakra controls the thymus gland. The thymus gland is connected to your immune system. And it's also a gift. It's a gift of love and compassion for yourself and others. That's how you radiate love in the world. That's where emotion is. That's the emotional heart. And there's actually a meditation that I've been doing for a year. It's called Twin Hearts Meditation. And I'm like, what the heck is twin hearts? I have one heart. There's two hearts. Your emotional heart and the center of the divine heart, which is the crown chakra. You know, when we're little kids, you see them, they're so pure and so innocent. You know, we all have spiritual cords. And little kids have a wider spiritual cord because they're innocent. And as we grow older, it gets thinner and thinner. Or sometimes we lose it. We get disconnected. And people who get disconnected from the divine, from the spiritual self, you know, there's big depression, anxiety, and addictions. That's basically a manifestation of disconnection from the divine. And you know, our job is to come back home. And home is really where the heart is. So that's the heart chakra. To radiate love and compassion for yourself and others. And that's why self-love is really important. And here at Skinworks, you can sign up for self-love monthly hydrofacials. That's one form of self-love. You know, that's how you take care of yourself. That's why I created a program from skin to soul. And I want to thank you for your commitment to, you know, becoming interested in learning about your inner world, the 7 chakras. So you could journey back home to your true self. The next chakra that I'm going to introduce is the solar plexus. The solar plexus is located right here, just below the ribs and below your heart chakra. And this controls your adrenal gland. So this is where the adrenal gland is. It controls the pancreas, the liver, and the spleen. And this is also the seat of your confidence, your courage. So if we don't tackle our problems, the issues that we have in our life or at work, and we just stay quiet and we block our throat chakra and the solar plexus, and we give too much of our power away, that's an underactivated chakra. And sometimes you take the stress, you suffer in silence, and you don't speak up. Like I was like that. I was suffered in silence, and then what happens is you develop diabetes, you know, all this medical problems. I just want to go back really quickly to the throat chakra because of all the chakras. My throat chakra was so blocked. I was physically abused as a kid for 9 years, and also my brothers. So as an adult, I just kept quiet, you know, like I let people step all over me, and I just suffered in silence. I was threatened by my nanny with a knife right on my throat, and so that's how I just shut down. I just became this quiet kid, and I just said yes to everybody, even though I don't want to do things, and I just do it, and I became passive. And this went on for more than 4 decades. So I wasn't speaking up for myself. I wasn't standing up for myself. I did not have the courage. So it was basically the throat chakra and the solar plexus that was so blocked in my life that I developed a thyroid problem. See how it's connected? I wasn't speaking up. My throat chakra was blocked, and I developed a thyroid problem. I went to 6 years ago. I went to therapy just to learn how to say no to people. Learning how to say no, I had to practice saying no in front of the mirror. And now I love saying no all the time. Like a 3-year-old kid, no. That's why those 3-year-olds are so assertive. No. And then if you punish them, then the throat chakra becomes smaller and smaller. So now that I'm saying no a lot, you know what? My recent blood test, my thyroid is fine. You can heal yourself. You can heal and balance each chakra. Chakras can be either underactivated or overactivated. So for example, with the solar plexus, if it's underactivated, then you're giving so much of your power away. And if it's too excessive, then you're too controlling. And that can create diabetes too. That can create health problems when it's under or overactivated. So it's good to find that middle ground. Can you see the connection now of the chakras and your health, and what's depending on what's happening in your life? So depending on what's happening in your life, I want you to think about your life. Which chakra is like underactivated or overactivated, and just kind of connect to what's going on in your own health. Next is we want to go to the navel chakra, also known as like the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra controls the reproductive organs, the gonads, the testes, and the ovaries. So if it's underactivated, sometimes as women, we have a hard time getting pregnant because it's underactivated. And if it's overactivated, we're so fertile, we have how many babies? And this is also the seat of creativity. You know how the throat is the seat of creativity, to create businesses, create music, create the life that you want. Now the sacral chakra is also the seat of creativity, to create life, to create babies. And that controls the reproductive organs. So for the basic chakra, it's called sacral chakra, but under the 11 major chakras, they kind of combine navel and the sex chakra. And then the base chakra, also known as the root chakra, is at the base of the spine that energizes the whole physical body, your bones, muscles, blood, and internal organs. But that's also a seat of self-survival and self-protection. That's like your root. When you're rooted, when you're grounded, then we're strong in our work. People who have underactivated root chakra, they have trouble getting a job or keeping a job. So that needs to be activated again. And there are exercises, there are meditations to activate the root chakra. Any questions so far on any of the chakras? Okay, let's see. Hey, Joanna, come on in. So now, let's see, who was my volunteer? I'm going to do a demo. I'm going to do a quick demo on the Oracle. Michelle, you were one of the volunteers, right? Okay. So, So I got this Auric Cloud software called Auric Cloud 3D. Oh my God, it is so accurate. I went to Sedona in January and I had mine done and I'm like, they're reading my life. She said, before I even went there, I already knew what I was going to do about SoulWorks. And the report said, you're about to do healing work. I'm like, oh, and I have a story about, I was not planning to do this. I was not planning to do anything about SoulWorks, like from skin to soul. Although I've been doing Facebook Lives about different episodes on skin to soul, because I realized that our skin, it's the largest organ in the body, right? But it's also a brain. It's also part of your brain. So the top layer of the skin is the epidermis. Directly under the epidermis is tons of nerve endings. That's why you can feel heat, cold. You can feel other people's energy. Your skin, all of a sudden you get goosebumps. Do you ever get goosebumps when you can feel some energies? So the nerve endings under the skin is constantly sending information to your brain. And the information that you receive in your brain turns into thoughts. Thoughts turn into emotions. And then emotions, if it's unexpressed, turns into acne or eczema. It's a flare-up of like psoriasis. So depending on what information you're receiving and what feeling that you're feeling. So, and that's also the stress, nutrition, emotion. Those are the three main things that affect our chakra and our energy field. So, anyways, last year, what happened was I was so interested in like pranic healing, and I went for the purpose of healing myself. And when I was in India, I went to a spiritual trip and I traveled the world last year actually and listened to like the top physicists in the world and the top neuroscientists in the world, and it's so amazing how they're merging science and spirituality now because everything is so connected. And we realized that what I heard is our bodies is like your cell phone, it's like it's a technology basically. Your cell phone, you want to go to Facebook app, you tap there. You go to Instagram, you tap here. You swipe right, swipe left. We do the same for our bodies. Like I don't know if anyone are familiar with Qigong or Tai Chi? Yeah. So that's how we communicate to our organs, by tapping. So when you tap, it's like hello liver, hello spleen. We want to activate your let's say your spleen, so that because the spleen is the organ that filters bacteria. So when you get sick, when I was doing pranic healing actually to my daughter because she had the flu, I was scanning her body, and by the time I got to her spleen, my hand felt like it was on fire. I'm like, oh my God! And then of course it made sense because it's her spleen and she's sick. So I just cleansed that energy, the spleen chakra. The spleen chakra is a major entry point for the air prana and vitality globule, and it energizes the major chakras and the entire body. So they don't teach that in the 7 basic chakra, but that's part of the 11. So let me see. Let me just add Michelle's name. Let's add you. So I'm just gonna do a demo on this. Oh, but anyways, when I was in India, I received this download. I got a download saying to do healing work, and I'm like, what? And I feel like, this little voice in my head said you need to volunteer in Mills Hospital near your home so you could start practicing your healing thing. I'm like, oh, I wasn't planning to do that. I was just like, I learned it for me, right? And then that was in October, and I didn't do anything. I didn't really take action until December, Christmas week. My mother had a brain aneurysm. So she was taken to the hospital, emergency brain surgery, coil procedure, and she was there for 7 days. And then she went home to spend Christmas at home, and we spent Christmas at her house. And then after the party, 9:30, I already went home, and I got a phone call saying she's being rushed back to the hospital. She can't lift her right arm. And I thought, oh no, it was her left lobe, right arm. She's gonna have a stroke. This is bad. This is something bad's gonna happen. So I said, I need to do something. And then I remembered, oh my God, hello, I need to do pranic healing on her. And I'm like, oh, I think I'm supposed to do this. And then I just closed my eyes and I just visualized her in front of me, and because I was in Foster City, just being rushed to San Francisco. So I just visualized her and just started cleansing her energy field. But it takes about half an hour at least to cleanse the field, front and back, and I worked on her brain chakra. And half hour later, my phone rings saying, from the hospital, the stroke team in the hospital said, we're happy with the results, we're sending her home. Like, whoa, okay, it worked. Of course, the mind starts to question everything, right? And I thought, oh, maybe it's just a coincidence. And then I just started practicing on my neighborhood and my cousins, my whole family. Let me clean you. So I just started cleansing everybody's energy, and everyone said the same thing. They're like, oh my God, something's moving, or it's energy moving basically. And I didn't draw it in, but your aura. Oh, this is an exercise so that you can feel your own energy field. You have around you have your own little bubble. Your aura extends about a foot from you, and so here's Michelle. Michelle, everybody! So here's Michelle, and let me just cleanse you, please. It's a stressful morning. So I'm just gonna demo on how I feel somebody's energy field. Your energy field sticks out about a foot away from you. So, okay, I can't feel anything right now. And then, as soon as I get here, there. So by the time I get here, I feel my hand feels like tingly and numb. So there's your field. And when I do this, it just kind of feels like cobwebs. So I want you to do it. I want you to, actually, how about get a partner? Get a partner. Rub your hands together. And then I want you to feel your own field first. I want you to feel your own energy. Rub your hands together and then activate by pressing the center of the palm. Activate. And then palms facing palms. And then slowly bring them together. Can anybody feel something? Can anybody feel that like tingling, like that? Okay, you're holding your own energy because it's like right in front of you. So do this. Okay, now I want you to put your palms together. Palms up. I'm gonna move the energy in the room. See if you could feel it. Can you feel me? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go the other way. Reverse. Can you feel it?
Yeah. It's tingling.
It's energy. And I can move, well, because I've done my work, I've done this for like 4 years, that I've learned how to move energy in the room. Okay, put your hands down. And believe it or not, like you're feeling your emotions, you're emitting that in this empty space that you think it's not empty at all. I've practiced so much that I can begin seeing, I can see we call it Divine Matrix. In fact, I highly recommend reading the book Divine Matrix, and you'll understand more about it. And I'm still going through training. I can see people's auras and colors, and it's all good. There's no bad aura. It's all good. So anyways, so this is Michelle's energy field. So it feels like I'm getting electrocuted. I'm just kidding. And so let me just check your aura. So go ahead, Michelle, and put your hand, your left non-dominant hand. Go ahead. So what this hand sensor does is it picks up your energy, picks up Michelle's energy, and using algorithms, you could see the colors. Sorry, can we turn it? We can see the different colors of her chakra over here, and you can see color above her, below her, left and right, and the center. The color that enters on your left is the energy that you're receiving. The color on your right is the energy that you're putting out in the world. And then the color below you is the color that grounds you. So in her case, it's yellow. So yellow means, I don't know I can't memorize the meanings of all this stuff. So let me do aura script. And you know what, when you do this, there's like a whole 10-page report, but we're not going to go through the whole 10-page report. What I do is I email it to you. So now I changed the word. So your bottom, your foundation, your grounding is optimistic and based on analytic intelligence. Sometimes, we're on our heads. So the top is your mental state is creative and bold. It just turned orange. And it changes, depending on your emotion and depending on what's going on in your life at the moment. It's funny, when I was trying to install the software in this computer, I was so frustrated because it wouldn't work, and I was getting more and more frustrated. By the time it worked, I put my hand there. I'm like, oh, what happened to my heart? My heart didn't work. I said, hey, I have a big heart. What the heck? And so it shrank this much because I was feeling upset. I was so upset that like this, and my solar plexus was like, whoa. And so I said, oh my God, let me change that. So I took a nice deep breath and I just repeated the mantra, loving kindness, compassion, patience. So and then my heart chakra started increasing. I'm like, oh, that's more like me. I'm not like so depending on your emotions, it affects the chakra. Okay, and then this one, the aura graph, it shows. Yeah, and it changes, it varies. So this is your mind, body, spirit. So if you're focusing on your personal growth, this blue part will increase. And if you're living in your head, if you're analyzing something, the green increases. If you work out, after a workout, the red, the red increases. Okay, you can